Knowledge means that every black child in America must grow up with an understanding of financial literacy, wealth building, ownership, and cooperative economics. It can be as basic as you want. Now, I can help you. If you come to my YouTube channel and all that, I'll talk about this stuff all day. So if you don't know what I can teach a child to, that's fine. Just know I might cuss sometimes. But believe me, ain't nothing I'm saying that your kids ain't hearing at school anyway.
Right.
But every child must get that basic knowledge. Now, here's the interesting thing. You don't have to be an expert to do any of this. I met a guy who was 31 years old. He was a multi-millionaire. And he got there because he was a great entrepreneur. And he didn't get there by playing sport or getting a record deal. That's the false illusion that you're fed through media. In fact, but I think about it, about 95% of the great athletes I know never make a penny playing sports. But about 95% of the great entrepreneurs I know are millionaires. So if we want to really help our boys get ahead and our young little girls get ahead, if we just simply had boys spend as much time learning how to run businesses as we spend on the football field and basketball court, that would settle it right there. So what this guy told me was, he was really impressive. He had all his money. He started 31 years old. And I said, where did you get your entrepreneurial spirit? Who taught you that? Where'd you learn that? He said, well, it wasn't nothing big. He said, when I was little, my dad used to say, any black man who wants to be free needs to have his own business. And I said, well, did your daddy have his own business? He said, no. He was a truck driver. He said, but he just heard that if you want to be free, you should have your own business. So when I went to Ohio State, that's where he went to school, he said, they asked me what I wanted to study, so I remember what my father said, that every black man who wants to be free should have his own business, so I studied entrepreneurship. See, what will happen is with kids, they'll fill in the blanks. Like a lot of what I did in terms of finance started when I was little, when my grandmother used to buy me savings bonds for Christmas. She didn't buy me toys and sneakers and all that, she bought me these savings bonds. And I would look at the savings bond, and it would have 50 on it or whatever, and I would be like, well, is this $50? Like, this don't look like a check, it don't look like cash, I don't know what it is. And I was telling Ekpe this story earlier, and it's true. And she explained to me that she bought it for 25 and it was going to be worth 50 after it matures. And that was my first exposure to compound interest. This idea that simply by planting your money and by investing it in a certain way, your money's naturally going to grow. And it also made me think years later, I remember Albert Einstein actually said, compound interest is the strongest force in the universe. Because he was stunned by how much your money can grow just by investing it consistently over a long period of time. And so when my grandmother showed me this, that's what led to me being curious about how people make money without having to work. Because I didn't really want to work. I wanted to stay home. And so those little things can give your children the knowledge. Think about this. If I ask a child, if I say, so when was the first time your mama took you to church? Most kids don't know. They don't remember. Well, my mama just took me to church when I was a baby, so I don't remember the first time I went to church. Well, I think that the same thing can be true when you say, well, when's the first time your parents ever talked to you about owning your own business? I don't remember. That's just our family culture. That's all we talk about. I have a few friends who are not black. And I talked to my friend who's Asian. He's honest with me a lot of times. He'll tell me the scoop as far as what people say about us when we ain't around and all that. And he said, yeah, in our house, we never really, he said, in my particular family, he said, we didn't really talk anything. He said, two things we never even knew people did was, one, work for other people. We didn't really think about that. And two, we didn't know that there were people who didn't make straight A's. He said that everybody in my family, if you didn't go to Harvard or Yale, we looked down on you. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I see a lot of families that have that same level of excellence, just sometimes being excellent in all the wrong things. Like when you see the little viral video on the internet with some little 3-year-old who suddenly, for some reason, knows how to twerk really well. Stuff like that. That's genius. That's what genius looks like. But it's also genius that's been severely misapplied. Yes. So ain't no wrong with twerking. You twerk your butt off if you want to. But before the twerking begins, we must handle grown folks' business of making sure our children know what they need to know.
Yeah.
So make sure your child has the knowledge. That's the key. Get them in financial literacy training. This is where you're taking over the education of your child. Even if your child goes to school someplace else, you are the primary educator. Nobody knows your child better than you, especially not that white lady from the suburbs. Remember that. You got everything you need. The greatest university in the history of the world is called Google.com. You can Google anything that you want to learn. And it's probably going to teach them more than what they learn in school, because as we know, the school systems suck. School systems here are terrible. School systems back in Chicago I'm from are terrible. I was in Philly last week, they're terrible. So why are we committing our children to a sinking ship? Why? Why?
Come on.
Ain't nothing that they can do for your child that you can't do for yourself. Nothing. Stop it. Let's quit this. It's stupid. Next, what does the I stand for? The I stands for investment. Now here's the problem. Here's what happens when you have a lot of knowledge, but you don't have any assets, any resources to play with. What happens is you become like a great basketball player who doesn't have a ball, right? Or you become like a great soldier who can't get any weapons. And so the investment piece comes into play. And you prepare your child for the great economic battle that takes place in the world of global economic warfare by making sure that even before the child is born or when the child is very, very young, I'm talking about infants, you start investing very small amounts of money in the stock market for your child. A person in, say, 1980 who invested just $5 a day in the stock market, and it wouldn't matter which stocks they picked, to be honest with you, I'll explain that more in a second, but if they invested $5 a day in the stock market, within 10 years, they would have had about $20,000. In 20 years, they would have had $102,000. In 30 years, they would have $281,000. In 40 years, they'd have $750,000. That's $5 a day. The amount of money that it costs to buy a McDonald's value meal, a latte at Starbucks. You can't go to the movies for that much money, but we go to a lot of movies and concerts and comedy shows and all of that. And so what's interesting to me is that when we say that we can't afford to do things like that in terms of investing, we are really revealing our priorities. I heard a brother say that earlier. He said, if you want to know what somebody values, you look at where they put their money. I know a lot of guys who tell me they can't afford to pay their child support, but when a pretty girl across town needs to get over there by any means necessary, they will come up with the money to do what they got to do. So at the end of the day, if you think about this, it's $5 a day. I set the bar very, very low. But really, if you're serious, you'll multiply that by 3, 4, 5, because the numbers all multiply when you talk about it in that scale. So $20 a day is what, about $600 a month? Well, the average car note in America for a new car is about $500. So I would imagine that your children are worth more than a car note. So you do that, you multiply that number by 4, then that $750,000 at the age of 40 grows into about $3 million. You're no longer poor. You're no longer a victim. You're no longer trapped. And the reason that's very, very important is because you have to think about the fact that so many people feel like they are slaves. And the reason you feel like you're a slave is because you probably are. What does that mean? I'm not talking about being on the plantation with massa and getting whipped and all the horrible things that happen on the plantation. Slavery pretty much just means that you lack the freedom to do what you want to do. So freedom and slavery, if you look at it, it's like a continuum. It's not an on-off switch. It's not like either you're free or you're a slave. You're usually somewhere on the spectrum. If you look at freedom on this end and slavery on the other, most of us are somewhere along this continuum. So why do you feel enslaved? Why do you feel trapped? You ask me, why do you feel trapped? Well, because I need to go to work every day. Why do you go to that job if they treat you like that? Well, because I need the job. Well, why do you need the job? Well, because I got to pay my rent. Well, why are you stuck like that? Well, because I don't have any savings. I don't have any investments. I don't have any other streams of income. So effectively, you walk right into a trap that was built for you at birth. And the reason that you walked into that trap in many cases is because you're letting these white supremacist systems educate you and educate your children. You're letting media educate you on what your buying habits should be. You got a whole lot of people. I watched a video the other day that was literally made by black people. It was crazy, but it was called How to Sell to the Negro. Anybody see that video on YouTube?
Yeah, I found it. It was made by black people.
Watch that video after we get done. I want you to get on YouTube, watch that video, find the 40-minute version, watch it to the end because it's entirely true.
It is true.
It was made in 1954 by the people who founded Every Magazine, which is actually about to go bankrupt, by the way. They're struggling because they didn't innovate. Their business didn't innovate. I love that. They're right here in Chicago. They just didn't adjust. That's why they may not make it. And basically what they were doing was they were trying to get white corporations to advertise in their magazines. So they made this video on how to sell to the Negro. And so in the video, they're like, I think they said things like, well, the Negro cares about status.
Yep, that's right.
And he cares about recognition.
Yep.
And it's probably because he's not been recognized by anyone. So if you give the Negro status, he'll spend money with you. And he cares what his friends think. So he'll buy luxury items just to impress his friends. They literally said all of that.
Yes, they did.
Because they've understood very accurately, very intelligently that most purchasing is unconscious. It's done with the subconscious. So they want you to spend your money in an unconscious, subconscious way, the same way that a rapist might want you unconscious so he can victimize you. The difference is they're just doing it financially. So the word consciousness has multiple meanings in the black community. Conscious about how you spend your money for yourself. Conscious about where you spend your money. Do you just give it to the first person who asks for it, or do you consciously say, no, I think I want to buy from a black person? Conscious about who you are as a person. Owning equity in who you are. And that's why I take deep offense when people criticize and attack and want to vilify the conscious community. Because I say, wait a minute, every black person should be conscious. Maybe not, maybe you don't have, maybe it doesn't mean a dashiki and an afro, and black fist and black power and all that. It can mean whatever you want it to mean, but everybody should be conscious. Why would we want to be unconscious?
That's right.
That doesn't make any sense. So, let's go back to the kid model. Knowledge, investment, discipline. So when you make the investments for your child, what you're doing is you're preparing them to not just know the strategy of the economic game, you're giving them something to work with and to play with. So by the time they're 20, 30 years old, they've got well over $100,000, maybe $200,000 or $300,000 that has been prepared for them so that when they have that business idea, they can quit their job and go work on their business. When they want to go buy a home, they don't sit around saying, I would buy a house, but I can't get $10,000. They won't have the $1 billion idea for a business and not be able to pursue it because they can't get $5,000 because everybody around them is trifling. See, you got to understand, in order to grow economic empires, you must have fertile economic soil. That means you must have family members. We must become the family members that are extremely supportive of other family members when they want to build an economic knowledge.
All right now.
I mean, really, think about this. I mean, anybody come from a family where you get a job and they want to hold a party and pop bottles and everybody's congratulating you and they're so happy, but then you tell them you start your own business, they kind of look at you like they feel sorry for you. Oh, it's okay. Somebody will want you one day, right? And then what happens is when you go and you start the business anyway, and nobody supports, but believe me, when you start making money, they're going to come start borrowing money from you, right? But nobody thinks to buy anything, nobody thinks to come and give you some free labor, maybe go tell their friends. Nobody's thinking, they just tell to watch you to see if you succeed or fail. Someone might be secretly hoping that you fail. And it really sort of bothers me in terms of thinking about what kind of culture do we have. And then there's, as you go deeper, you have what I call the subtle disrespect, like the slick sneak distance, where somebody will literally, any entrepreneurs in here? Any entrepreneurs? Do you have those relatives who have no clue what you do because you ain't working and they just think that you just sit there? Oh my God. Like that, and then they'll do is they might say, well, since you ain't working, can you go pick up the kids?
Man, that is my life. God, that's my life.
Anybody go check or am I the only one with trifling relatives? For real. I mean, it's insane to me. I literally did not have relatives that understood what I did until I started making money and I was on TV. Then suddenly everybody's like, well, how did you do that? How can I do that too? Can I go work for you? Can I borrow some money? And of course, you forgive them for they know not what they do, right? So it's not being angry, but we must commit to developing fertile economic soil. So little things like, for example, when you all gather at grandma's house and you want to eat the fried chicken and all the other the sweet potatoes and all the other food that we love that kills us, we maybe also can gather to talk about how we're going to help each other pursue our dreams. Because your family is actually one of your greatest economic assets. I'm not saying that as something to make you feel good. I'm saying it because it's true. But the problem is that because the economic training is built in a specific way, you're trained to take your best energy and give it to everybody else. You might have a family with 5 siblings. They all, their age where they're all ready to work. What are they all going to do? They all going to look for a job. And so each of them commits about 200,000 hours of labor to building all these corporations that are owned by other people, but they never think for 1 second, what happens if we bring all that labor home?
Yeah.
What happens if we bring that to each other? What happens if we give our best to one another as opposed to giving our best to complete strangers who've been trained for 400 years to hate our guts? For real, seriously. Do you really think these people like you? Do you know how crazy it looks? Dr. Claude Anderson says, he said it is a sin to send your child across town to go beg for a job from somebody who hates him. Do you know what kind of abuse you're subjecting yourself and your children to? So what I'm trying to say to you is this, look, this is not, this whole wealth building, business building, entrepreneurship, Bible life, this ain't an extracurricular activity, y'all.
All right.
This is mandatory for our survival. There's nobody on this earth that I can think of who's more depressed than black people. Seriously. Nobody on this earth is more suicidal than black people. We just don't commit suicide quickly. We commit it slowly.
That's right.
That uncle you got who ain't got a job, who couldn't get a job for the last 7-8 months, maybe because he got a criminal record, he sits in the basement in his drawers smoking weed, playing Xbox with a bottle of liquor in his hand, he's slowly killing himself. He just don't know it. Even Tupac Shakur was talking about in the song, and the only God can judge me. He said, no more hesitation. Each and every black male is trapped, and you wonder why we're suicidal, running around strapped. And what he was basically saying is that you are depressed and suicidal because you are trapped, and that is scientifically proven. They took a bunch of rats and they put them in a cage, and for some of the rats, they gave them all little electric shocks. So for one group of rats, they gave them a way out. All they had to do was go hit a lever to make the electric shock stop, and the other group had no way out. The pain would come, and there was nothing they could do to control it. And what they did was they would measure the serotonin in their brain, which tells you if a person's depressed or not. The rats that were the most depressed were the ones who felt trapped and that there was pain and that there was nothing they could do about it. So millions of black people are depressed because we are trapped, there is pain, and we feel like there's nothing that we can do about it. And I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. Most of these people out here in media, most of these politicians, most of these people out here that claim to be your friend, they're not your friend because they never will spend a second truly empowering you to truly help yourself. I hear the Democratic Party will talk all day about your voting rights, but they never talk about your economic rights. How often? I'm serious. And I know those politicians out there. I love them, I respect them. I'm that one backstage sweet lady, but my God, I'm tired of you telling me how I can show up and vote for you, but you ain't never spending no time telling me how to build a business in my community. That's the solution we need. In fact, I remember when we had, I don't know if y'all remember, but we had a black president for a few years just now. Good guy. He literally is 2 blocks from my house. I swear to God, and I love him. I love this guy. I respect him. But I remember the whole time he was in office, there was all this conversation about black people getting jobs. Why? Well, because black people have the highest unemployment rate in America. Black men have an unemployment rate that would not be acceptable if that were happening to white people. If white people had the unemployment rate that black men endure on a month-to-month basis, if white people had that unemployment rate for 2 weeks, they would literally be ready to burn the White House down. But because you're a black man, nobody cares about you. Therefore, if you don't learn to care about yourself, then nothing good will happen for you. Point blank, period. And I remember there was all this conversation about how do we create jobs for black people? How do we create jobs for black people? And it was so baffling to me because this was a question that could have been answered by Dr. Claude Anderson in about 10 minutes. People like Julianne Malveaux or others who truly care could have sat down with the White House and came up with a plan and it would have worked. But instead, they were just bringing Al Sharpton over and over and over again. No disrespect to Al. I'm not this ain't no anti-Al. It don't matter how you feel about it. Let's get that out of the picture right now. But I'm sitting there thinking, is Al Sharpton an economist? Has he created jobs before? Has he ever built an economic empire before? I mean, he's a preacher with a perm. I mean, if I need tips on how to do my hair right, I ain't got no hair, but I'm trying to grow some. Maybe then he's the person to bring in, but maybe you need to add more people to the table. This is not anti-Al Sharpton. This is pro-common sense.
Yeah.
All it is. I told you, that's my agenda. Common fucking sense.
Yeah.
And so, here's the thing. Here's what I figured. I said, oh, that's what it is. They don't really want to solve the problem. In fact, they start the problem with the wrong assumption from the very beginning, which means they're solving the wrong problem to begin with, which is, how do we get white people to give more jobs to black people? How do we get more black people signed up for the day-to-day suffering and torture that you endure every day when you go to work for somebody who hates you?
Man.
Has anybody ever had a job where you're like the only black person in the department? How does that feel? I don't know about y'all, but I want to come to work and drop kick somebody in the face every day of the week. I kid you not, I'm not making this up. I kid you not, I would literally make myself feel better by imagining going in that man's office and kicking him in the face, and I knew I would go to jail, but they couldn't lock me up for what I'm thinking about. That's how I soothed myself, and I said, my God, this racism is making me insane, because I'm not a violent person. But that's what racism is. Racism is a mental illness that causes a greater mental illness in the victim.
Yeah.
So you're probably a little bit crazy like me. In fact, if you're black, I honestly believe that being black pretty much means you're going to be angry and you're going to be a little bit crazy. So all of us need some therapy. And if you're not angry or crazy, that means you've just been numbed out of existence. You've been numbed up. God bless you, because ignorance really is bliss.
Man, it is too. They be
So,
happy.
Let's go back. Let's go